wrist and arm bands. And this is quite a big subject because these were always worn by Atlanteans, and they were in different styles. Some looked like a flower, others looked like little striped bands or coloured bands around the wrists. Anyway, they served many purposes, from the telling of time through to the control of specific devices and to providing a variety of information. So these items operated and communicated to their user with colours and symbols, and some of the control mechanisms were from simple hand positions. They looked like flowers in some cases and bands in others, but whatever the shape or style used, it was the colour that was important. So the colours of the petals of the flowers would change, or the stripes or the bands would change in some way. So an important feature that linked the headdress to the protection devices for the watchers was, if you placed one of those bands on top of the other, so let's say you took one hand and you put the underside flower of one hand on top of the top side flower on another, so you can imagine the position that would be in. So that was essentially placing one band on top of the other. It becomes in an arm crossed position. So that immediately initiates a person's defensive control mechanisms. So the arms crossed in front of the chest is hence a position that is more often than not required whenever an Atlantean encountered a primitive. So it's just interesting that primitives would see Atlanteans and Atlanteans would have their arms crossed in front of them. And it's kind of only to be expected that a primitive would assume that whenever they see an Atlantean, that's the position they have their hands in, which isn't true. That's only when they met primitives. But it's interesting how the primitive interpreted what they saw